Okay, guys, so I got a couple of big trades that you're about to see here. First one is with the Angels, Josh Hamilton and Taylor Lindsley, who is a second base prospect for Omar Infante and Nori Aoki. That's going to be the first trade. There's a couple trades. We're going to break this down so get into the actual gameplay. I got a couple trades and a couple signings for y'all right now, and then a big one, probably the biggest trade of all these at the end of the video. But you see here, we're going to immediately flip Josh Hamilton to the Rays for Yunel Escobar. And then eventually when we get over to this, they're going to accept this trade. And then we're going to go out and we're going to sign Stephen Drew to a 1-year deal. And then we're going to come out and sign not Juan Pierre, but Franklin Gutierrez to a 1-year deal. So those are the trades we make, guys. We have another big one at the end of the video, trading away a couple star players for another star player. So make sure you stick around for the whole video. Well, guys, what is going on? It is the Sportsmaster here, coming at you with some more MLB 14, the show, Kansas City Royals franchise mode. And so, I'm going to go ahead and break down these trades. As you see, we're playing the New York Yankees. I believe we're like middle of June. Looks like we played about 60 games. Still a little bit under 500, but the good news is, not as expected. The Tigers actually aren't doing well this year. They're around 500, so we are still only like 3, 4, 5 games out of 500 or out of first place. So it's manageable if we can play better. But to pretty much break down those trades, I wanted to trade away Omar Infante and Nori Aoki because there are two guys. I believe they're 32 apiece. And, well, not really Aoki, but he might be old, I don't know. But Omar Infante is 32, 33. In this game, really you progress, or digression happens with the older people. It really happens hard. So he's not going to be better for much longer. We already have some good prospects. Of course, the Royals have so many good prospects. And what happens with Nori Aoki is we have Alex Gordon, of course, star left fielder, not going to trade him. Lorenzo Cain, big prospect for the future, we're not going to trade him. And at least in this series, of course, Lorenzo Cain got injured on the first game of the season. But Justin Maxwell, he has actually been dominating as his backup center field. He leads the team in home runs with 11. I believe he is actually like either leading or second or third in average. I believe he's hitting 311. So he is dominating right now. And Nori Aoki is good as well. So we have 4 outfielders for 3 outfielding spots. So we had to go ahead and make a change. We wanted to flip Aoki, flip Omar Infante, and get Josh Hamilton. And then we were going to get Taylor Lindsley, I believe it said was a B overall at second baseman, so we can see if he can flourish into kind of a high B and just add another talented recruit. So we knew that we were going to trade Josh Hamilton, so we're looking for teams to flip him to. We find Yunel Escobar, who I believe is on a 1-year deal, so if he doesn't play well, we can go ahead and find somebody else. He may not be, though. Don't quote me on that. But as you saw, Josh Hamilton, $34 million contract. Yunel Escobar, $3 million contract. So actually save some cap room here because, we're going to need to go after Billy Butler and re-sign him and stuff like that. And so, Escobar will be our second baseman playing for Nori Aoki. We signed Stephen Drew because we don't really have, I didn't want to call up one of my prospects to be the backup infielder. I'm going to sign Franklin Gutierrez because I don't want another one of my prospects. As you see, Bubba Starling, he's about my only high prospect that could really cut it in the MLB right now. So I just kind of wanted to sign some more depth for this team. Now we also have a big trade that will be happening in the end of this video, and I'll go ahead and spoil it. It actually doesn't happen like at this time. It happens a couple weeks after this point in the season. Happens more towards the All-Star break. As I said, we're in the middle of June, early June, but this trade happens I don't think it's All-Star break, maybe late June, early July. And it is James Shields and Jason Vargas to the San Francisco Giants for Matt Cain and I believe a couple of pitching prospects. And so what this will do for us is, one, as you know, if you've been following MLB, James Shields, not Jason Vargas, James Shields is one of the top free agents in this pitching class. He's not expected to re-sign in Kansas City, and he's wanting big bucks. He is a good in my mind, he is a good 2-3 guy, maybe even a 4 guy on a stacked pitching team. But he is not that kind of shutdown ace that can lead a deep playoff staff. He never really seemed like he was a just complete big name guy that can be your ace and eat up innings and things like that. He seemed like a good 2 or 3 starter. Also, Jason Vargas kind of just threw him in because I believe he's like 34, 35. And as I said, this game deteriorates stats. It's impossible for somebody to be like, an ageless wonder and, be great at 40. Because they'll have to be like a 50 overall. But I'm just going to kind of throw him in. And we get Matt Cain, who maybe not so much in real life, but at least in this video game has the ratings and the potential to be that true #1 guy for this staff. We get a couple, I believe, of B potential pitching prospects that can add to our already deep line of rotation because as you've seen, Kyle Zimmer, who is pitching today, he's another one of our young guys who believes in A potential. Aaron Brooks is a B potential. I think we have another A potential, so we kind of just threw Vargas in there to kind of clear out some room so we get these young guys a chance to flourish, and we don't want to have one of these young guys held down by Jason Vargas. So those are the moves I've made, and if you've been kind of noticing with these moves, it's more of getting young prospects instead of trading away our young prospects to get top-tier guys, because looking at this roster for Kansas City, they are so deep in prospects, and so I'm almost taking a different approach because, Kansas City, their run in real life was magical. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs. But, reality of it is, in this game, they're not quite a playoff team. They're a team on the fringe that can maybe sneak into the wild card and get in the divisional round. But they're not really that playoff team that's going to go deep into the playoffs like they did in real life. Most likely not anyway. As you see by record, we're under 500. But we have, like I just said, especially with the pitching, loads of A and B potentials that are in the minor leagues. And with our hitters, we have, loads of A and B potentials that are already starting. I mean, if you think about it, Mike Moustakas, Escobar, Alcides Escobar, Salvador Perez, Billy Butler, Justin Maxwell, Alex Gordon. I mean, pretty much our whole lineup is full of A and B potentials. If not, they're already A and Bs. So, really, we have a lot of people where I think maybe in 2 years, maybe even next year, like 2015, especially around 2016, these guys that are A and B potentials will be actual A and Bs. Well, like our roster will be stacked with high 80s, low 90s guys that are homegrown and cheap and things like that. We don't have to go out and pay for a ton of guys. Now, of course, I do want to re-sign Billy Butler if I can't get like a great trade for him because he is a piece that I want to keep for reasons like this right here, getting a long sacrifice fly to get us ahead in the game, as we haven't even mentioned the gameplay. But those are the trades I made. My goal is for episodes. I believe this is the 4th episode. We're in June. I kind of want to go 8 to 10 episodes a regular season because I don't want to have this be extremely long, and I do want to go through and see this team progress, and then it should be 1 year. So it's going to be this. Then we're going to have an episode kind of as the trade deadline with some gameplay towards the end of the July. We'll have a game in August, and then we'll have 2 games in September, one towards the beginning, and then one like last game of the season close to that. And then if we make the playoffs, I'll play the wild card game, and then I'll play like the first game of each series and then any elimination games that occur. But as we get into the gameplay in the 9th inning, tough game with the New York Yankees. You see with 2 outs in the 9th, Stephen Drew will ground this one out to Kelly Johnson. And so that means it's Holland time. Greg Holland going to come in and try to shut the door and get us another win. You see Greg Holland, pretty good year so far. So Ichiro Suzuki up at bat. And he can't hit that, swing and a miss. Strike 3 down on that fastball. And here comes A-Rod. He shouldn't even be in the game. Swing and a miss on that fastball. And Holland is mowing down these Yankees here. Now they pinch hit Francisco Cervelli. Ground ball to Moustakas. Moustakas throw on. And it is high over Hosmer's head. So Moustakas single-handedly giving them new life. But luckily, Holland is too much of a beast right there, getting the K. And so that's going to do it for this video. We did get the win. Sorry for not talking much about the gameplay. Just talking about all these moves I'm making, setting up our team for the future. So you'll see the trade itself and all its details after this. And again, guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Feedback is always appreciated. Follow me on Twitter for our latest news and updates to my channel. Come back for more NBA, MLB, and NFL content. Soon to be with some WWE content as you see this trade. We also get AFL. I forgot about that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, guys. Peace.